Hi everyone, hello out there to everyone in YouTube land. Greetings to the mystics and the dreamers. My name is Belle, and this is day 2 of the Mystic Philosophy videos. Today, I would like to share some of the main themes, which are just like the main ideas that I think of when I think of mystic philosophy. And I think my cat Ginny is here in the background. If you hear weird cat sounds, that's what that is. um, anyway, staying flexible, I guess. Um, Recently, Ginny has been getting up on the desk and turning the computer on. So either music comes on or like a folder will be renamed something just like blank or something. So anyway, I also have a little bit of a cold today, so yeah, I'll have to see how this goes. Okay, so the main idea of mystic philosophy is think for yourself. And I think this kind of goes without saying, but then again, it doesn't really, because a lot of personal development books will actually try to tell you the main ideas that they think are important for living the good life. People will say, my life is really good. This is what works for me, and you should do this too. And so I kind of disagree with that whole way of doing things, because I think people know what's best for themselves, and the first key to that is to think for yourself. Okay. Think for yourself. So along those lines, when I create a mystic philosophy space in different ways, whether that's through talking about ideas in videos or whatever else I write, the only two goals I have are to empower people and to spark the imagination. Because those are things that I can release into the world. It's kind of the spark of imagination, the spark of empowerment. And then I just let people think for themselves, which, everyone's going to do anyway. But I guess, like, sometimes in personal development or spirituality literature, I feel like people are almost trying to create a new religion, and they don't really think of it like that, maybe, but they're trying to say, like, these are the guidelines you should follow. And I think each individual needs to create his or her own guidelines to follow that are just basically individual, because I think we're all on a completely unique path, and we might be able to share ideas that are inspiring, but I don't think we can tell anyone else what to do, and I don't think we should. So if nothing else, mystic philosophy is about thinking for yourself, and then of course I read as many interesting books as possible, just like what's inspiring to me. So the next guideline for, I just said not to follow guidelines, but the next theme of mystic philosophy is learn and be inspired by various sources of info. So just whatever sparks your interest, and I like to take things as inspiration only. So even if I think there's a really good idea, a really good structure of information, I would just use what I can from it and work it into my own worldview, instead of just saying, like, okay, that's it, this person knows everything, I'm going to follow what this person says. That to me is a little bit more like religious, or a little bit more like a type of dogma. And along these lines that I've been talking about, I think we should fully create our own path or vehicle or whatever metaphor suits you. And I've already mentioned creating your own worldview. And this is kind of radical in a way. It doesn't seem like it at first, because, like, okay, we all have our own perspective, but in general, we all latch on to certain ideas in culture, and we think they're absolutely true, and they may be true and they may not be true, but I think we should question a lot of things when it's the appropriate time. Like, don't you don't want to question everything at the inappropriate time, but I just think we should create our own worldview from the foundation up. So that means when you have some time to contemplate, see what some of the main ideas or main beliefs are, and see that you have, and see if you still want to keep them, if you want to work on them, or if you want to release them. Because I know sometimes we pick up ideas in childhood or young adulthood, and then they don't really work for us anymore, and they make us feel guilty for some reason, or any other kind of emotion. But usually guilt could be one of the main ones. For instance, I recently decided that I don't believe in a higher power at all. So I'm like a mystic philosopher, and in a way I'm an atheist. Not really like an atheist, because I still believe in like a lot of weird mystical things, but I don't believe that anyone or any entity is a higher power and that I should follow anything. I think I should navigate from where I am, as the person who I am. And I think I should fully define myself and then navigate from there. So this was kind of radical to me, because a lot of spiritual and personal development literature actually does believe in a higher power, whether that's God or people call it source. And to me, this is just something you really have to respond to this question for yourself. No one can tell you what to believe. They can try to, but you don't have to listen to them. So yeah, if it's helpful to you to believe in a main source of energy in a mystical way that you would think of kind of as God, you should of course believe in what you want. But for me personally, I just really don't believe in it. And I even think there could be an experience of God. And a lot of people talk about this in personal development or spiritual literature. They'll talk about some type of path to an experience of God, and it's really popular in certain genres. But I've just decided that it's not for me. I'm going to create my own path, even if it's a little bit more difficult or a little bit more unknown. I really want to do things my own way. I'm kind of jumping around on the themes here, but anyway, that was kind of radical to me. I don't know if I was like really pious in a past life or something, and I'm kind of saying this as a joke, but for some reason I really had this idea that I should believe in God, or I was listening to all these other people through their writing, and I was like, well, all these people believe in some type of God, but I just really don't. And even if I had an experience that was transcendent in some way, I feel like excuse me, just turning my computer back on. Even if I had a transcendent experience, I would still want to develop my own perspective on how I interpret the experience. So yeah, I feel like I'm responsible for myself. So I'm sharing a personal view on mystic philosophy as an example, but yours would probably be much different. Okay, let's see what we've checked off here. You know what, this is getting kind of long, so I might edit this or decide what to do with this video. But those are some of the main themes of mystic philosophy, and there might be a part 2 to this video, I'm not sure. Okay, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.